What is going on, guys? Thanks for checking out this video of my sports Gematria. In this video, I'm going to go over a football game for Thursday, December 19th, 2024. I'm going to show you highlights of each side, and it's going to be up to you to determine who you think will win based on the numbers. I encourage you to add additional information on top of this if needed for you to feel confident in your own pick. And if for some reason you're curious to know who I'm picking in these games, you'll have to join my Patreon where my picks are always in writing, underlined, and italicized. For more information on that, please read the pinned comment attached to this video below in the comment section. I wish you guys the best of luck on all your picks for this day, for this game. Let's go ahead and get into the game. We're going to be looking at Thursday night football. The Denver Broncos on the road into Inglewood, California to face the Chargers. The LA Chargers are a 3-point favorite at home. But before we get into that, let's go ahead and recap last week's results. So last week, week 15, had another perfect week. This is the third perfect week that I've had this NFL season. So 15 weeks in, and 3 of them are 100% perfect. This is the third one. On Thursday Night Football, I had the Rams over the 49ers to start us off. Sunday, I had Texans over the Dolphins. I had the Bills over the Lions. I had the Packers over Seahawks for Sunday Night Football. And then on Monday Night Football, Vikings over the Bears and Falcons over the Raiders. Gives me a 6-0 week. That puts me at 56 wins and 25 losses for the overall NFL season. 56-25. That's a total of 81 picks. So 56 divided by 81. I am operating at a 69% win ratio for this NFL season right now. Holy crap. For primetime specifically, 33 wins and 12 losses. Thursday night football, I'm 12-3. Sunday night football, I'm 12-3. And let's go. Monday, I am 9-6. Complete opposite from last season. I love it. Let's keep it going. Just a couple more weeks to go. I can finish above 50% for Monday Night Football. I'm excited. Just got to keep it going. Got to keep it going. All right. Enough with all that. Let's get into this week's games, or this week's game, Thursday game. On this side of the screen is what I call my daily numbers, date numerology, Gregorian Hebrew calendar. And then on this side of the screen is what I call my game numbers, numbers specific to the game. The way that I have it structured here is I have the upcoming Super Bowl up top here. I have the location of the game, city, state, stadium coordinates. I keep track of home team win-loss records for the NFL season. So this will be the 225th NFL game for this season in particular. Right here is the head-to-head records between the two teams. And then I have the home team right here, their season record, their coach's record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria, tuned from their birthday. Then at the bottom is the road team, their season record, their quarterback record, their name Gematria, tuned from their birthday, their coach's record. And that's how I have it structured. So let's go ahead and just jump into this. I always like to start with the home team, and then we'll go over some numbers for the road team. And I had to put this together. I'm putting this together a day early, and so I didn't have a whole lot of time to kind of go over this. So it's just going to be real quick for you guys. Nothing fancy, and I'm not going to dive in it too deep. I'm just going to give a basic narrative for each side on this time around. I just don't have a whole lot of time to really dig in it for you on this week. Got a whole bunch of stuff going on with work. Christmas coming up. A bunch of family wants to get together for things, and that's going to take up time. And anywho, all right, so let's start with the Chargers. If the Chargers are going to win this game, what'll be some numbers? Well, the Chargers quarterback, he can either get his 39th win regular season or his 39th loss regular season. It doesn't really help considering that there's 39 date numerology on the Gregorian. It could go either way. So we can't look to the 39 to help us. But there is 75 date numerology on the Gregorian, 75 written out sums to 53. And Chargers could become 5-3, like 53 at home for the season with a win. Chargers coach, Jim Harbaugh, whatever. Jim, his first and last name, sums to 53, and he can get his 53rd win regular season for his career as Chargers become 5-3 at home for the season with the win. This is going to be his 79th regular season game for his career. 79 and 75 mathematically are identical in all four base ciphers. So it is a day with 75 date numerology on the Gregorian, but 79 and 75 are identical in all four base ciphers. This being Chargers coach's 79th regular season game for his career. Both 79 and 75 sum to 53. He can get his 53rd win regular season for his career. His name sums to 53, and the Chargers would become 5-3 at home for the season with the win to go with. The word Chargers written out sums to 79 as well. Outside of that, Bo Nix, his record's the same record as the Broncos' season record. So, I mean, when it comes to the 9-6, Chargers becoming 9-6 with the win, Broncos becoming 9-6 with the loss. Nothing drastically jumps out at me with that. So I'm not too sure with that one. But the 53, the Chargers seem to have a 53 connection there for the coach at the very least. And for the Broncos coach, he can get his 104th loss regular season. 104. You know what? I think 96 sums to 104. Let me write this out. If I write out 96, it sums to 104. So what could happen here is the Broncos coach can get his 104th loss regular season for his career as the Broncos become 9-6 for a season record with a loss, as Chargers become 9-6 with the season record with the win. You write out 96, we see that it sums to 104. And so that could be what would get Chargers the win for Thursday Night Football. If we were to switch gears and look at the Broncos, what would it take for the Broncos to win this game?
Sorry to interrupt this video, you guys, but I need a huge favor from you. Can you go ahead and like this video and leave a comment below on who you think's going to win? It's going to help with the YouTube algorithm. It's going to help grow my channel. I really appreciate you guys being here. Let's go ahead and get back into the video.
Well, one thing is interesting in this week that I want to show you guys is how many teams are going to go 10-5, if any at all. Let me get here, conference. So this is the 105th NFL season. If the Texans win, they become 10-5. If Baltimore wins this week, they become 10-5. If Broncos win this week, they become 10-5. If Pittsburgh Steelers lose, they become 10-5. If Green Bay Packers lose, they become 10-5. If Commanders win, they become 10-5. So there's a handful of teams here in the 105th NFL season that could become 10-5 with a win and or loss on the season. For Broncos, they would need to win to become 10-5 for a season record in the 105th NFL season, and they could possibly do that with this game being played in Inglewood, California. Written out sums to 105. So in the 105th NFL season, a Thursday night game, Inglewood, California, sums to 105, could have the Broncos become 10-5 for a season record with a win. The Broncos quarterback wears the number 10. The Chargers quarterback wears the number 10. It could be where the Broncos get their 10th win to become 10-5 for a season record. Broncos coach Sean Payton, well, it's 10 days till his next birthday, which could also contribute to the Broncos getting their 10th win for the season. So there's some numbers here for the Broncos in the 105th NFL season to go 10-5 potentially. And then they would also become 5-3 for a road record with the win to go with. We've already said that 75 date numerology, 75 sums to 53. Even though I think Chargers have a more in-depth 53 connection with their coach getting his 53rd win, his name summing to 53, and then becoming 5-3 at home. It could just as easily be Broncos becoming 5-3 as they become 10-5 for a season record to go with in the 105th NFL season. And I think that's going to be the big thing. Outside of that, I mean, who knows? Because again, Justin Herbert, he can get his 39th win and or his 39th loss. Bo Nix, his record for his career is the same record for the Broncos season record. So there's not a whole lot to go by off of there. Sean Payton, he could get his 170th win regular season for his career. I just don't have a direct number that connects to 170, so I'm not totally sure. And then Chargers coach Jim, he's looking for his 26 loss potentially, but again, I don't really necessarily have a direct number connection to that um, either. Let me see here. 26. No, not really. But yeah, that's what just I think that's just what I'm gonna have to put for this game. I'm kind of doing this fast because I have limited time this week, bunch of stuff going on. But also the numbers for this game, there's not a whole lot. Like I said, the Chargers, I think if Chargers were gonna win this game, they're gonna get the real benefit from the number 53. The coach getting his 53rd win, Chargers becoming 5-3 at home. And then the Broncos coach would get his 104th loss as they become 9-6 for a season record with the loss. 96 right now sums to 104. But there is some numbers here for Broncos for the upset, for the slight upset as slight underdogs. Justin Herbert wears the number 10. Bo Nix wears the number 10. It's 10 days till Broncos coach's next birthday. Broncos can get their 10th win for the season. They become 10-5 for the NFL season and the 105th NFL season. And there's quite a few other teams that can probably do the same. So if Broncos do not become 10-5 with the win and they become 9-6, some of these other teams probably won't become 10-5 as well. But if Broncos win and become 10-5 for Thursday night football with the win for the season and the 105th NFL season, you might want to look at maybe the Steelers becoming 10-5 with the loss, the Houston Texans becoming 10-5 with the win. I think both the Texans and the Steelers play on Saturday, so we might know that one right away as well. Ravens could become 10-5 with the win. Packers could become 10-5 with the loss. Commanders could become 10-5 with the win. So it might be something just to kind of look at, depending on if Broncos win or lose. Maybe there's a 10-5 pattern happening this week. Maybe there isn't. But yeah, hopefully this helps. Hopefully this gives you insight to the game. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really appreciate the support. And I'll see you. Hopefully, you win all the money in the world. And I'll see you guys in the next video.